Hello, my name is Sarah Groot, and welcome to MIATA Magic. Here I have my 2006 Mazda Miata MX-5, and I want to turn this thing into a race car, so I'll show you guys everything I do along the way. My first order of business this week, I have to put in a roll bar, do the brakes, change the seat, and install a harness. And that is all before my first ever test day in my own car this Sunday. So we have 1 week to get everything done. Okay, so I took off the seat bolts with a 14mm socket, and now I have to disconnect the electronics in the seat belt so I can pull out the seat. We already did that to the driver's side. Oh yeah. Got it. There we go. Okay, day one has officially concluded. I did most of it off camera because the company asked that we do not film the installation of the actual roll bar. So the roll bar is good to go. It's all installed, along with the switch back here for the soft top and the speakers. And then, yeah, so the roll bar is all installed. And now what we have left to do is install the seat, the brakes, and the harness. And then we are all set for Sunday. So okay, so we have this mounting bracket which we are going to put in the bottom of the car, and that way we can mount the seat onto this bracket.
This is not writing at all.
Okay, so we just measured where I would be sitting in the car, and we marked it out on the bracket. And then my dad is going to weld it because I cannot be trusted with a welder. Okay, so as you can see, we got the race seat installed. However, we ran into a minor roadblock. The roadblock being the harness bolts. They are not the right size. So they're not metric, unfortunately. So we need to hope and pray that the correct bolts come before Sunday, or else I will not be able to test the car. Or I will, but I'll have to use the factory seat, which I'm not sure how much I want to do that. I'd rather have a race seat in the race harness just to be a little safer. But yeah, so race seat, we got it bolted down to the mounting bracket. I'm actually really happy with the progress we've made. It's only been 1.5 days. Got the roll bar in, which took all day yesterday, which was Sunday. Now I have to take out this seat, put the factory one back in so I can drive this to work, and then wait for the bolts to get here, do the brakes still, install the harness and the seat again, and then we should be good to go for this weekend. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Okay, so on Saturday, I had to put the race seat back in, and we measured everything out, which was Wednesday, I believe we measured everything out. We marked the seat, drilled some holes so we could get the seat mounted to the mounting bracket. And then we figured out, so the bolts got here. So we now are not worried about stripping out the seat bolts that are actually inside of the car. So now that we've done that, I installed the new bolts. We figured out how to mount all of the belts, and I adjusted all the belts to fit me correctly. And then put it on the roll bar, and then adjusted the other belts so that they would fit properly. And on Sunday, we tested the car for the first time, and it was a really good experience. Overall, it was really good to learn from. And now the tires I'm on are all season tires. So I was really struggling with just the lack of grip. Like, I felt like there wasn't really much I could do driving wise to increase the grip levels. So I really struggled with that. But I do think that I adjusted quite well to the car. Um, and I only went off track once, which was amazing because in Florida I went off track a lot. So, yeah, first ever testing the car was really beneficial. I loved it. And I will have a YouTube video on that more in depth soon. I can't tell you a date, but soon. I'm working on it right now. Now, I'm gonna try to convince my dad to make some more purchases for the Miata, because I also struggled in the car. I couldn't hear it like at all because it's stock exhaust, so I couldn't hear when to upshift, and I kept missing my upshifts because of it. So I think a louder exhaust could be beneficial, and obviously tires, but I'm not too worried about that right now because I think it's good learning on older all-season tires just to understand what the car does when it's in low grip scenarios. But yeah, so that's going to conclude episode 1 of Miata Magic. I will have another one soon, I'm sure. First of all, I'd like to make a quick disclaimer is that this series, I have no intention of being an instructional video. Instead, I want it to be more like this is me figuring out how to do stuff that I've never done before. So I'm gonna get things wrong, and nothing's gonna be perfect along the way. So please do not take this as an instruction manual. I'd also like to preface that my dad was watching me the whole process, making sure that everything was done in a safe manner and that nothing's loose, nothing's rolling around, anything like that, just to ensure my safety while I'm actually driving this. We took the proper steps to really make sure that this car is safe, which is why we got everything we did before the first test day. We didn't test it before we did, just again, ensuring my safety. So, huge thank you to my dad. And I'd also like to go ahead and I'd like to thank OMP. They provided me all of my racing gear, along with the seat and the harness. And I'm just, again, really thankful for those guys. They're awesome over there. I'd highly recommend them. Anyways, thank you for sticking around for so long. I know this video is quite lengthy. Be sure to subscribe. It really does mean a lot to me. And I have a quick question before we go. What kind of car is your favorite car to drive on a track? Again, thank you for watching. Have a great day.